Hello, my name is Achilles and this is Divining Light, a show in which I talk about sort of spiritual and metaphysical ideas, concepts, and just anything else that sort of fits into that bubble. Today, as the title shows, is going to be talking about our current political situation and some of the feelings that arose from it and the law of attraction. A lot of people are really upset. A lot of people are really surprised, frustrated, confused. There's a lot of confused people. How did we end up with Donald Trump as president? Now, I'm not going to talk about all the factors that go into how a country ends up with a president like Donald Trump, with this situation where the country is so divided, how we got so divided. But there is a idea out there that I want to talk about, discuss, and that kind of explains how we were led into this particular situation. It is the law of attraction. In essence, the law of attraction is that you bring to you whatever it is you focus on. There's a lot of different ways of looking at this. There's a lot of literature on this. I do suggest anybody who's interested in metaphysical concepts, spirituality, to look into this. And one aspect is that you don't always bring good things to your life because you're not always thinking about good things. Whatever you focus on is what you bring about. Donald Trump was in the news a lot, and it was about all kinds of ridiculous things. Things he said, things he did, things he said but didn't mean, things that he meant but he didn't say, and this, that, and the other. All of that energy, all of that attention we gave him in this principle gave him the election. We spent all of our time focused on all of the things ridiculous about Donald Trump that we essentially brought him into the presidency with our metaphysical energy. The basic idea behind the law of attraction is that you're putting energy out there, you're putting your thought out there, and it creates chain reactions in the universe and in ways that you don't even know. So what ends up happening? You get whatever you're focusing on so greatly. If you look at how marketing works in our country, if you look at how advertisement works in our country, it doesn't really matter what the ad is saying if you're saying it enough. Repetition, consistent message, consistent branding ends up creating a consistent idea in the head of your target audience. So that's all Donald Trump did. I mean, we're looking at it from a metaphysical point, yes. You know, the law of attraction, yes. And you look at it from another thing. It's another example of the law of attraction. The law of attraction is you put energy out there and it creates chain reactions in ways that you don't always understand. Well, this is one way we do understand. This is one way this energy does come about and actually affect us, and we have been able to quantify it in our lives. Now, there's a lot of, according to the law of attraction, there's a lot of things going on that we don't know about, but this is one that we do know about. And that is, if we hear things so many times, we start to believe them. If we think about things so often, it just becomes second nature. Now, if you're sitting over there thinking, I didn't vote for him, it doesn't matter how much I was thinking about him, I was never gonna vote for this guy. Okay, that's fine. Other people did. That's where the law of attraction occurred. That's who was attracted by it. You spent all of this energy, he spent all of this energy making you think about him. You thought about him a lot, but so did the fence sitters. So did the people that weren't sure about Hillary. So did the people that weren't sure about Trump. The people that actually ended up swaying the vote. You know, it was a really close race, but at the end, Trump won. And it was the people that were in the middle, not the people that were pro-Trump or the people that were pro-Hillary, that made this vote happen. It was the people that weren't sure. It was the people that needed to think about it. And what did they think about the most? What they were told the most? Trump. They thought about Trump's issues the most because he brought them up the most, because Hillary brought them up the most, because you brought them up the most when you were so angry about it. And they thought about it and they thought about it. It doesn't matter if they hated the message. It was in there. And that creates a certain stimulus in our brain that attracts us to something. We eventually forget about what the message is and just remember the thing. That's how advertisers work. That's why you hear that repetitive ad so often. You're not worried. You could hate the advertising. Be the most annoying ad in the world, the most annoying jingle that always gets stuck in your head. As long as it's getting stuck in your head, that's all that matters. That's all they care about. Because at the end of the day, and you're starting to feel a little hungry, what do you want to go eat? Well, you've been hearing this jingle in your head all day. Your subconscious is going to supply you with the answer. Whatever that fast food chain was, or whatever that industry was, whatever that message was, it's just what your brain's going to click to because it's been that repetition. So the law of attraction in this respect is just priming our brain to act out and to react to a stimulus that's already been there, and the stimulus that other people want, the message that other people want. So that's what we need to take to a certain degree from this. Trump won by being loud, so being the loudest guy in the room and making everyone pay attention to him, and that attention, that focus on him is what got him the election, is what won him this election. And that is something we need to be aware of as we move forward, especially if you don't want Trump in the office. If you didn't like how this election was going and how it ended up, because you're going to get another chance in 4 years. You're going to get the opportunity to vote again. And this time, instead of focusing so hard on the guy you don't like, might be a good idea to spend way more time talking about the person you do like. At least the person you want. So that's the idea I wanted to put in your heads today with the divining light. Like I said, this isn't really, an answer for all the things that's going on in our country right now, an answer for all the things that are going on in our life right now, but it is something to think about. Remember where you put your energy. If you like this segment, you like my ideas, or you found my perspective at least somewhat interesting, I'm trying to do this once a week. Getting back into it, I got sick a week ago, so I had to take off a couple of weeks, or a few weeks ago, and I had to take off a couple of weeks. I'm trying to get back into it now. Going to be doing it every week. I also have another show. It's weekly readings where I do a tarot reading, kind of talking about the energies that are coming at us ahead. Well, that's it for this week. Have a great week. I hope this gives you some perspective, or at least you found this entertaining. And until next week, have a good one.